the goal, and then keep the cost down by
and make it lighter,
not making it
get rid of all these extra cameras.
Translucent.
Aluminum in glass. It's unbelievable. What?
Right. Well, there would be a market for it as an entertainment device, and maybe that's what the Quest will take advantage of if it were $1,000 and not $3,500.
Or
and
if you could
bring
attend
some
every
of the
NBA
cost
game at
down.
courtside,
Well, that
and not
too,
be jerking around.
of course.
Did you hear? Did they like disband the Vision Pro team or
long-running
something?
crusade. Gurman came out and clarified that it has not been abandoned entirely, and that there are still people working on it. So, after an initial report that everyone who had been working on the Vision Pro had been reassigned to a smart glasses project at Apple, he came out and softened that reporting, which was heartening for me personally, and probably nobody else.
I wouldn't count on that. I think what we're shaping up for, though, speaking of court cases, the mother of all patent lawsuits.
How so?
The neural band is so obviously the way forward that Apple's going to have to rip it off. And that's going to be one hell of a lawsuit.
Like I said, my Vision Pro would work much better if it just had the neural band instead of the gestures, although the gestures are pretty delightful.
For AR, I just firmly believe for AR, the eye control does not work. It just doesn't work. And that's why the neural band does.
And for what people could potentially use just-in-time AI for in the future,
like the map
5
thing,
to 10 years
obviously,
from now, ambient computing.
Yeah, the walking map thing's awesome. Like, like you're walking and it pops up and says turn here, or it can show you the landmark, whatever. The other thing, by the way, is this is absolutely positively not an app platform. The worst aspects of this are when I felt like I was using apps. So like if WhatsApp messages pop up and you click like I think if you want to like transcribe something, you could feel yourself clicking it and then going into the app instead of it just like happening there. Like that needs to be smoothed over so everything is sort of in place and in time. You don't want to feel like you're going in, like every time you could go into a list of apps and go into it and then you had to get out of it. All that sucked.
That's what I didn't understand when they first debuted this product a year ago. I didn't really understand the potential utility of like being able to chat on Facebook and Instagram direct messages and WhatsApp and whatnot on your glasses. Like that doesn't really appeal to me. The phone is a better surface area for that.
Yeah, but even with the phone, so I am the world's biggest like lock screen user. Like, so I use the lock screen all the time to like just see what's going on, like make sure I have an awareness of things that's going on. So that's almost like a completely different UI than actually going into an app and interacting with stuff. The other thing though is this may be Meta's advantage. It's obviously AI is the answer for everything. The AI should generate stuff. The AI, it should all be just in time. It should be showing stuff when you need it, as you need it. It should be having all context of your life so it can bring up stuff at the right time, the right place. This is where, yes, knowing what you're seeing, I can see the value there. And I think it's to their advantage that they do not have an app platform that they're even tempted to try to leverage into this because apps are the wrong paradigm. Using an app is a deliberative action. You go there, you click the app, you go into it, you do something. That's fine in a VR experience where you're using your eyes and you're focused, you're going into something. So I have no problem with apps in VR. Like I think that can make sense. For AR, it should all be ambient. It should just all be there as you need it when you need it and not there when you don't. That is going to mean AI. And that means that's why it's important they rebuilt their AI team. They need to rediscover the passion for glasses because they need to be tied into that AI team in a meaningful way. And it's a reason to be worried about Apple, not just that they've focused on this eye thing, which I think is great for VR, but not for AR, but also they're not building their own AI. And I think that's going to be critical for this going forward.
To the extent that's sort of elemental to succeeding in this particular paradigm.
Right. Can you just like do Gemini and do stuff on top? Or do you need to have like the model at a deep level being trained for these particular use cases? We'll see. But I think by and large, it feels like over time, models, more and more stuff's getting baked into the models. First in post-training in RL, but also even back into pre-training. Is Apple going to be able to, like, the world is moving towards more integration in terms of harness and model. Apple's bet is the opposite, that we can use any model or use Gemini for now. We can use something else later, and we can build all our infrastructure on top of that. I'm not sure that's going to provide the best experience. We'll see.
Well, and in terms of the best experience and the best use cases for a product like this, my question is, I mean, I guess my assumption would be that it's going to take 5 to 10 years to pull some of the most useful apps and sort of use cases into existence. Like, people aren't just going to use these for directions and say, oh God, it's definitely worth walking around every day with $1,000 glasses on that look kind of stupid. But I am fully open to the possibility that there are use cases that just don't exist yet and that will exist as AI becomes more performant and we all kind of interact with these on a more regular basis. My question is, do you think Meta is committed to waiting it out for if it takes 5 to 10 years? Like, how committed are they to the platform?
I mean, they lost another gazillion dollars last quarter, so there's that. They're also talking about laying off teams. I think they're very focused to this angle, the AR angle. I'd be much more nervous about Quest and sort of like the VR angle. That seems to be what they're shifting away from, which I think is okay. I think my feeling is VR and AR are less adjacent than everyone assumed. I think people sort of thought they were converging. I feel like they're diverging. I think they're meaningfully different experiences. And
that makes
Apple
sense.
has a better VR experience in my estimation. And I think Meta has
the
a
VR
big
experience
lead in on AR.
The VR experience is very isolating. Like, I watched the Masters a couple weeks ago in my living room, surrounded by my family in the Vision Pro, and the Masters app in the Vision Pro was phenomenal. But I felt horrible because I can see with Apple's cameras looking at my family members, and I'm like, look, I can't do this for more than 5 minutes because I feel like a horrible family member. So some sort of AR solution where you're actually present in the physical world and not like completely isolated from everyone around you makes me feel better about the future of humanity. So I hope the distinction is real, and I hope that AR wins.